Hey guys, Chris here with episode 66 of Is It Worth Seeing Theatrically? We're talking Bone Lake. This is a movie from Mercedes Bryce Morgan. It stars Alex Rowe, Maddie Hasten, Marco Pagosi. I'm probably butchering the last name there. It's about a couple who ends up staying on a vacation at a secluded estate on a lake, and another couple shows up, kind of a Airbnb type thing, and somehow it's double booked. And is it worth seeing theatrically? No, not at all. This is unfortunately a movie that blows its load in the first 5 minutes. It's kind of the best way to say it. It's it starts out fast-paced and then just dies, and never recovers from it. So it's really just, this one was one of those movies that you could see the potential for a really good movie. And unfortunately they kind of failed on it. So quite simply, I wouldn't recommend this one in the theater. If you're kind of interested in it, I'm going to kind of give you a spoiler version of the problems I have with the movie and where I think they could have possibly fixed some of them. So if you just came on to see if this was worth seeing in the theater, go ahead and comment down below if you've seen it or if you're interested in seeing it. Like the video, subscribe to the channel because I put out more of these. And here's kind of the issue I have is the very beginning of the movie is it's a couple running through the woods naked, and obviously they're supposed to be being chased, and then suddenly there's arrows that come out. And I mean, if you kind of want to see an arrow go through a guy's nutsack, this is the movie for you, because that happens in the first 5 minutes, you know. So if that's what you're up for. And it's kind of that beginning portion, the way it starts out with this, you know, this couple gets murdered, and you're kind of like, okay, what's going on? And then it cuts to the main characters, the boyfriend and girlfriend, showing up at this secluded cabin. Well, it's more of a mansion on the lake. And as they're in, kind of having some hanky-panky, another couple shows up. And from the onset, you're kind of sitting there going, well, there's something off with this other couple. And this is where I think they could have fixed it, is if they had made the other couple a little bit more normal. So as we're sitting there watching the movie, you have both these kind of normal-ish couples who are in this kind of unnormal or abnormal situation that maybe neither one wants to be in. You know, and then you kind of slowly start introducing things into the movie that make the audience as well as one of the couples start to question the other one. The problem is, from the get-go, the second couple that shows up, there's something just completely off with them, and you're kind of, as a viewer or audience member, you're sitting there going, well, they obviously own the house, so this is going on with them. They've clearly set this up for whatever reason. And from there, it's an hour of just these two couples giving smoldering eyes, with the one couple trying to like sow distrust between the other one throughout the entire thing. The guy will hit on the girl will hit on the guy, and it's an hour of nothing really happening, and then the big reveal that yes, they do in fact own the house. Not only do they own the house, but they are brother and sister, and they've been having sex forever. And they killed their parents because their parents didn't approve of their relations. And because of this, they have to test every couple out. They do research on people and they stalk them, and then they kind of bring them to this house so they can test their love and make sure it's actually real. Because if their love is real, they're like them. And the end portion, last 15-20 minutes of the movie, is of course, you know, the two bad protagonists of the movie are trying to escape the antagonists, while the antagonists of the movie are trying to kill them because they've proven that they can't trust each other and their love isn't real, and because of that they must be killed and buried in Bone Lake along with everyone else. But then all the cuts that occur at that point, it's kind of like it's almost like the director even gave up and was like, I'm not going to bother trying to do like decent cuts with this. Filming's kind of wonky at that point. Like there's just quick jumps between someone getting shot or a hatchet to the back of their head or an axe or something. I mean, regardless of it, the movie, just the first 5 minutes were so intense that the rest of the movie never even comes back up to even halfway of where that first 5 minutes was. And because of that, it just, the movie as a whole just kind of got boring to the point where I would have rather have checked my phone than watched the movie. It wasn't entertaining to watch anymore, and you know, the gratuitous sex scenes that were in the movie, you could tell they were wearing a flesh colored underwear or pants or whatever the case may be. So it was never like, we know sex in movies is fake, but this one was just on an entirely different level of like, just, oh, this is really bad, poorly filmed, poorly edited, and somehow we ended up with a couple of like no-name actors and actresses that look so much like bigger names, like the guy that plays the main character boyfriend, Marco. He plays Diego, and he kind of seems to talk like Javier Bardem. And you got Maddie Haddison, who played the girlfriend Sage, and she oddly looks like she's trying to be like a Florence Pugh style actress. And I mean, nothing against their looks or anything. It was almost like the director wanted people who emulated bigger actors, and that's what they were going for. And it just ultimately doesn't work too well as a movie, unfortunately. But this one was pushed so much by Regal on all their apps. Their website was pushing it for a while, but the showtimes to see it were kind of limited. So anyway, if you kind of enjoyed this pseudo takedown of Bone Lake review of whether or not this is worth seeing theatrically, appreciate sticking around. Otherwise, I will catch you on the next one. Bye bye.